felt like a little drip of rain. Better find a spot to fly soon, huh? And what did I read today? Talk about flying. Apparently this was a first of its kind here where somebody got fined a lot of money for filming a killer whale. This one says British Columbia Film Company and drone operator fined $30,000 for unlawful use of a drone to capture killer whale footage. As it says here, an investigation by fishery officers from Fisheries and Oceans Canada Whale Protection Unit, Fraser Coastal Detachment, has resulted in a hefty fine for Vancouver-based River Road Film Ltd. And their drone operator for operating a drone too close to northern resident killer whales. On July 2nd, 2024, River Road Films Ltd. Pleaded guilty to unlawfully capturing drone footage of NRKW activity by operating too close to a pod at a rubbing beach on Vancouver Island. Beach rubbing is a unique quirk of the NRKW. They head for shallow waters near the shore when brushed against the smooth pebbles below, an activity that is thought to help scrape off dead skin, strengthen family bonds, and feel like a massage. Funny enough, in reading this, it almost reminds me of that other story way back where they captured such dramatic drone footage of, for example, wildlife doing this, and they basically praised it and all that. So it kind of makes you wonder what exactly happened here. Like, what's so different? Is it just because this is a specific area, like they know that these whales do that? It says River Road Film Ltd. Was fined $25,000 and prohibited from using or distributing the drone footage. The drone operator, Mathew Hood, was ordered to pay a fine of $5,000. Both the film company and the drone operator are first-time offenders. This is the first time a fine was issued in Canada for the unlawful use of a drone to capture killer whale footage. Marine mammals can be disturbed by drones, which are considered to be an aircraft. Drone pilots must follow the rules in the Canadian Aviation Regulations and Marine Mammals Regulations. Under the Marine Mammal Regulations, it is illegal to approach marine mammals with an aerial drone at an altitude below 1,000 feet or 304 meters and within half a nautical mile. I don't know, what's that based on in terms of the science? I would imagine, for example, even if it was, let's just say, 400 feet in the air, how exactly does that disturb, for example, killer whales and all that? Because I have seen, for example, just general people accidentally capturing killer whales with their drones, and they've been published in the media and all that, and they haven't been fined. So again, is this just because it's a quote film company doing it at this exact particular spot and all that? And they also mentioned these points too about the company, which is kind of interesting. Like, are they doing something that's so crazy, for example? Because it says in 2020, River Road Films Ltd. And its sister company in the United Kingdom applied for a DFO permit to film Species at Risk Act species, such as killer whales, for a documentary. This application was not approved. In August 2021, the crew of River Road Films Ltd. Were found using drones and underwater video to capture NRKW activities at a well-known rubbing beach on Vancouver Island. So is that kind of the same place? It says in Canada, it's against the law to disturb a marine mammal, and additional guidelines are in place to protect animal and human health. And they do post in their social media accounts and so forth too, telling people that they've done this. And it's kind of interesting, again, just to read the reactions. How does like a regular individual react when they read stuff like this? This first one here, which is kind of my reaction too, it says, just curious, 1,001 feet is okay, yes, because they indicated, for example, you have to be at least, I guess, over 1,000 feet. It says 1,001 feet seems beyond reasonable. Who determined, biologists, whether or not that the height of 1,000 feet is not intrusive? I mean, like 400 to 900 feet is bothersome and harassing the dolphin whale. Film crew probably doing this for a lengthy period of time also. I'm still wondering about that. And then other people say, what about the illegal poaching? In Sonnenville, NS, care to comment? DFO officers are standing down. Some people are cheering it, for example. Excellent job. I'm glad that both Canada and Alaska has the best native habitat for killer whales. Good job. So many do and don't get caught. And as well, some people are, I guess, saying stuff like this. I believe they're being sarcastic. It says, wow, amazing job. I've been saying for years that drones are killer whales' #1 killer. I'll sleep better tonight. By the way, there's a rampant out-of-season lobster poaching here in southwest Nova Scotia. Might want to send some fines this way. I think for me, the thing that's on my mind in general still is, how exactly did they come up with these figures? Is it just someone arbitrarily coming up with those numbers, because it almost reminds me of during the times where people accidentally caught things like, for example, like an orca whale, and everybody, for example, just going, wow, so fantastic and all that, whereas there were, quote, animal experts that went on the news saying, oh man, it's giving it a heart attack and all that. I mean, you can't tell, but it is like, come off it, look how high that drone is. It makes me wonder, is it really about safety, protecting the animals, or is it more because this is like a film company, for example, and they want, I guess, control in terms of who can capture what and when? Because I'm actually kind of curious why they were denied, for example, to do filming in those other instances when they tried to go through all the proper procedures. Is it just a matter of people wanting to selectively hand out, let's just say, permits to their buddies and all that? Because, I don't know, it's kind of far-reaching in terms of a safety point of view. It's inconsistent from what I've seen anyways. And then I read this today where, as you know, companies like Walmart were heavily using drones for things like drone delivery, but apparently they're scaling back in certain areas. This one says Walmart suspends drone deliveries in 3 states to focus on Dallas-Fort Worth region. Walmart has decided to put some of its delivery drones in airplane mode. The retail giant has elected to cut its drone operations in Phoenix, Salt Lake City, and Tampa, Florida. It operated in those geographies with help from its partner DroneUp. A spokesperson for Walmart said the company made the decision to cut drone capabilities in those areas to focus more on exploring what drone delivery could look like at a scale in a single metro area, Dallas-Fort Worth, saying, quote, "We are excited about the momentum and positive customer response we've experienced around drone delivery. This service will continue to evolve as we learn more about customer preferences and drone capabilities," the spokesperson said. Our drone delivery program is still a pilot, and by focusing our efforts in Dallas-Fort Worth, we can learn more about the potential to scale this innovative delivery option for Walmart's customers. I was wondering too whether or not they did this because they wanted to use, let's just say, the company less, the ones that they partner with, but it says Walmart plans to continue its partnership with DroneUp in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, where it has 11 facilities. I guess we can only wait and see to see what they do now that they're trying to focus on one area in particular with all their resources. And then this news was spreading a lot in the US. Apparently, virtually everybody's social security number got leaked or stolen. I was like, wow, how did that happen? This one says, hackers may have stolen your social security number in a massive breach. A new lawsuit is claiming hackers have gained access to the personal information of billions of individuals, including their social security number, current and past addresses, and the names of siblings and parents. Personal data that could allow fraudsters to infiltrate financial accounts or take out loans in their names. The allegation arose in a lawsuit filed earlier this month by Christopher Hoffman, a California resident who claims his identity theft protection service alerted him that his personal information had been leaked to the dark web by the nationalpublicdata.com breach. The lawsuit was earlier reported by Bloomberg Law. The breach allegedly occurred around April 2024, with a hacker group called USDOD exfiltrating the encrypted personal information of billions of individuals from a company called National Public Data, a background check company, according to the lawsuit. Earlier this month, a hacker leaked a version of the stolen NPD data for free on a hacking forum tech site, Bleeping Computer reported. That hacker claimed that stolen files include 2.7 billion records, with each listing a person's full name, address, date of birth, social security number, and phone number, Bleeping Computer said. Yeah, that's kind of crazy for that much details to be out there. You could literally, as they say, open up virtually any type of account that you want. Or can you imagine where they could target somebody and then sometimes they ask you personal information to verify you are the actual person? Let's just say, I don't know, like for tax information or something like that, and then they can use all this to get in, I guess, to your accounts. What can you do overall? I think the only thing you could really do is do things like credit freeze and so forth, so that you get alerted, and at the same time people can't just open up, let's just say, new accounts on the spot. Either way, that is one crazy breach. there's a funny example there. The seaplane went by and it scared the ducks. So are we gonna start banning seaplanes and charging them as well? I don't think people would, correct? So there's no consistency usually. All right, see you guys later.